All right, guys, we really need to have a discussion about meme coins. Not only have I changed my complete view upon meme coins, I've started accumulating meme coins over the past few months. The prices are going absolutely freaking insane. Take, for example, Dogecoin. Doge is up, the leader of the pack. It's up 97% in the last 7 days. That's pretty impressive. Shiba, it's even crazier, 281. Bonk, 160%. And Floki is 233%. Now, this might seem a little bit too crazy, right? Because like prices going up all the time. Is that too hot? I actually believe that there's a lot more to go for meme coins. What I generally like is good development, right? So people who build stuff that people can use, right? Because for me, I've always believed, and if someone uses something, that forces them to have a token, right? Because that's the whole point of utility token. There's one particular meme coin that I really do like. That meme coin is Floki. They market themselves as the people's currency. They've been through quite a bit. But recently, because their development team is so darn strong, they have the Valhalla game coming. They have a TokenFi platform that's purely for real asset and asset issuance. And finally, they have a staking platform. So yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about what these little things are. And I'll talk a little bit about why I changed my views on meme coins as well in this video. And as always, everything covered here is my personal opinion, not financial advice. Let's get started.
The era of the meme coin is back. Can you believe that?
No, I don't.
Tell
me more, Tim.
Okay, there's Pepe the dog, Pepe the frog themed coin,
okay.
and dog with hat. This is new to me. I'm just learning this from Among the Most Read, Muyao Shen.
I think this. To start off, I actually do want to talk a little bit about meme coins and the origins. So first and foremost, just for me, my personal take, if you've been watching this channel for a long time, for me previously, I've always been on the fence or a little bit on the negative side towards meme coins, right? If you look at it historically, Doge was the one that led the pack, and Doge development really stopped. Like it wasn't the most development heavy coin. It just had a dog face on it, really. And for me, I've always said, you know what, like for me it was value. But something that I realized, and that's something I've kind of grown to change my thoughts over time, and this was a little bit inspired by a certain exchange leader, because I've always liked throwing hard questions, and I've always wanted to say, you know, what do exchange just think about coins? Because, you know, they want, from one side, they probably want as many people trading meme coins as possible, but at the other hand, they need to warn people that in terms of, you know, full-on use case, you know, memes a picture, right? But something I realized over time is that memes have, and this is invented by CZ actually, memes have a self-marketing factor. And I think this is probably the biggest part about memes that power this. People love talking about memes. Like the stupider, the funnier the meme, the more people want to talk and share about that. And that virality is what makes these memes grow. And this is why memes can have billions of dollars of market cap, even though on a surface level, right, they don't really seem to do that much other than have a picture. Now, Floki is a little bit different. I'll talk about that a bit, but I just want to talk about the whole concept of memes. Now, the whole meme game is also evolving over time as well as people choose different memes. And something that was brought up to me as well is that that also changed my mind was that memes allow people to take joy in crypto. I think that's also quite important. If you just go for pure Bitcoin, everyone's just like looking at databases and spreadsheets and stuff. It's boring, right? But memes, it's just fun. And I think that's what kind of changed my mind. And my belief is right now we have a huge pump in memes, and memes are highly volatile, by the way, as well. Like if you look at the prices, it can fluctuate greatly, and you can probably zoom out a little bit and you can probably see, you know, how much price fluctuation there is with these coins. So you should be aware that this is highly volatile. But that being said, it's ingrained into our culture now, and I do believe that right now we're starting to see the start of a peak somewhere like this, all right, to be honest, where we see the initial spike up, but then once that meme momentum kicks in, yeah, we're gonna be in for a ride, which is why I'm also drastically increasing the amount of meme portfolio I hold. And yeah, that's why I'm coming quite clean about it with this particular video. Now, the focus of this video is actually for Floki because it is the one that I'm actually put in the most. Like for me, Doge is like the leader, so I have a little bit. It's like the blue chip of them all. And we have Shiba Inu, which grew like immensely, and then we have Floki, which had, it has a lot more potential to grow. It's within the top 100, but it's not like the top. But yet, in terms of development, I actually think it's got the most development out of all the coins. Now, in terms of history, Floki has a rather weird history because Floki born itself as Floki Inu, and it born itself out of an Elon Musk tweet. Essentially, he said that he'll be naming his pet Shiba Inu Floki. All right, and then someone very quickly said, "Okay, let me make it Floki Inu coin." And it was kind of like a joke back then. And no development, no grand vision, but as the original founders left, a new development core team moved in and they started solidly building. And I think this is probably one of the most amazing aspects of crypto, right? Where new people, new community members can take over a coin, which is why in many ways they call themselves the people's coin, right? And the people's crypto. And that makes sense because it's not just the founding team that built it and they maintained it. It's the people who liked it. Like the concept, like the joke, they continued on. They like the Viking helmet. They like Valhalla. They like being part of Elon Musk's family, right? So now it's no longer called Floki Inu. It's just called Floki, and now it has three main pillars. There are more pillars, honestly, because of the community built project. Everyone's putting their part, and everyone's building something for Floki. Right? But there are three more main pillars that really bring and make Floki shine. First and foremost, FlokiFi. So FlokiFi is a way to lock up LP and tokens. And this fundamentally has an important role to play in DeFi because a lot of DeFi projects rug, right? But FlokiFi kind of directly fights against that. In a nutshell, that's what it does. It allows people to lock up their assets. Second of all, it's a much grander project, which is TokenFi. TokenFi allows people to claim and stake, or even as a long-term goal, and you can see that it's a much more corporate feeling. It allows real asset tokenization. Then finally, they have a very fun game called Valhalla, which it's actually growing quite aggressively now. So there's actually kind of three core pillars to this, and we'll kind of take a look at this one by one. But all these three pillars add up to Floki. Now, I would say as well that something you want to pay attention to is just two main pieces of news as well. So recently, Floki has a big token burn, which is one of the reasons why the token price moved up so much. So that kind of demonstrates how strong their community is. Their community chose to actually burn a bunch of tokens, and then that demonstrates the usefulness of their DAO. What we're going to do is we're going to cover all these three pillars and then give my personal opinion and take on what that means. Before continuing, I do want to say a little bit about the setup of Floki. So Floki has two main chains that it's on. One is on Ethereum, the other is on Binance. And you can easily swap it either using the main decentralized exchanges on there. So either Uniswap or PancakeSwap. There is, however, a small fee. So there's that 0.3 transaction tax on every buy and sell transactions. And this is actually great if you're trading on DEX. If you don't have a main exchange, this is one of the best ways to buy it because, well, you can just get it on a decentralized manner. And you'll also be contributing to the development of Floki because that tax goes to the main dev team, which allows Floki to have funds to buy or to grow in terms of their development. But there's also a sneaky way around that. If you use a centralized exchange, because it's not on-chain transactions, you can actually kind of bypass that. So it actually depends on where you prefer to buy. For me personally, I went on a centralized first. Eventually, I will trade on a DEX, and I'll just try to contribute to the community as well. But for now, I do think, for me being the cheap person I am, I just did on an exchange. So I just wanted you guys to know that everything that you need to know is on the Floki white paper. So I'll put that on the link on the channel as well. So you guys get to know everything if you guys want to do further research and figure out how the structure works on there. Now let's talk about the first of their major features, which is FlokiFi. And okay, here's what I love and hate about DeFi, because even when you make it sound easy, it sounds incredibly hard or difficult. It's like securely lock your LP tokens, fungible tokens, NFTs, and multi-tokens in a few clicks. Okay, cool. But what does that mean? Why, right? And simply said, what it does is this provides a lot of safety in the crypto space. All right, I think that's the easiest way to think about FlokiFi, right? Because the issue with a lot of different projects is that there's a lot of new coins that come out, and the developers a lot of times they just tend to scam and rug a project. But what Floki does is it provides a solution for these projects to stake their tokens or stake their LP and lock that LP up for a certain amount of time, and to do this in a transparent manner, right? That's all that this is. This is just protection for different projects on different chains, and just to make the community more secure, right? And that feature is pretty much as simple as that. So say for example, you can just see the different tokens here, and you can see how much value they have locked. And the total value that's locked under FlokiFi is actually not small. It's actually $112 million. So you can see that they're actually delivering value. They're delivering, they're allowing different projects and different people to lock up their tokens to prove to their communities that they are secure, and are doing this because Floki can provide trust. So that's what FlokiFi is. FlokiFi is really just so that any project can come in and simply lock up. They also have something that's quite interesting, and I feel like this is also quite interesting for the system, is that they can also provide a referral system for people to lock up. And I think this is the smart part, right? If you want people to use it, then you want people's communities to push a product. So I guess that's how the product really got so much value locked. It's because there's a whole huge community that pushes forward to allow other people to lock up their tokens. And then, of course, there was a referral credit for people who do this. The second core pillar product is TokenFi. TokenFi is coming, and there's quite a few moving parts to this. The initial part is staking, but honestly, it's really a platform for anyone to issue tokens. It's really simply as that. Yet again, I think that's what I do good. I'm good at it. I'm just digesting this. So TokenFi allows people to just quickly click a button, launch their own token, whether it's a meme, whether it's real life assets, real world assets, anything. So they can launch it, and then of course they can start a bot also to deploy that as well, like whether it's Discord bot or Telegram bot. So essentially, it's a token issuance platform that uses built-in audited contracts, or with an AI auditor to audit contracts to make sure that the community is safe. I think the underlying theme here is that what both FlokiFi and TokenFi are doing is that it's making the community safer. So FlokiFi is more making the liquidity and long-term side of things safer. TokenFi is making the launch safer. It's really just making sure that the tokens that launch, they don't have bugs in it, they can be staked, they can have audits internally, and they have a good marketing and marketing internally as well. So I think that's the simplest way to describe it. Currently, in terms of TokenFi, they have staking. This is where the initial start, the part of it where here is where you can stake your Floki to earn TokenFi tokens. So I guess the easiest way to look at it is that this is a separate product that has a separate token, but it's built by the Floki team, and it rewards Floki holders. And lastly, they have a game, a full game actually, called Valhalla. So Valhalla, this is the trailer for the launch trailer right now, and actually looks freaking amazing. You can also start playing it. There's the early playable version, the open world, and the battle arena for it. And for me, you know my picture of impression of games. For me, I have very high standards when it comes to games. And for me, I think something like this will take probably 5 years to reach its final goal of being a world where everyone can interact and be in a metaverse together. But I do think this is a strong start, and this is where I believe that it brings people together. Like previously, I have game development experience, right? And it's hard to build a community. But Floki already has the community. Now they just have to invite them into this metaverse. So I feel like that's kind of where this all pieces together. So overall, in summary, what they have is they have the FlokiFi, which is a locking platform to help people lock up, or different projects to lock up their tokens to establish that they have trust, and FlokiFi is the source of the trust for them. TokenFi is a token kind of issuance platform, and then finally they have an open world game as well. So yeah, that's kind of what interests me overall into Floki. So essentially, they've been building, so they're not just an Elon Musk dog. I think that's the biggest difference. And I think initially I was before doing my research and before me getting showed on this, I feel like, you know what, this is just Elon Musk's stock, and it's not nothing, right? It's not, but it's not Floki Inu anymore. This is Floki, and Floki's got 3 big pillars that they can push towards, all community built, to really bring value into this current 2024 world. So anyways, that's my 2 cents on it. I still feel like there's still a lot of ways to go for these meme coins, especially if you look at where we are now versus where things have gone and how easy it is and how fun it is for people to get into this space. That's my personal take on it. Anyways, guys, that is why I do think Floki does deserve its attention and spotlight on box mining. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. See you next one.